There comes a time in every soul's journey when the noise of the world fades into the background and the question emerges, not loudly, but like a whisper you can't unhear. What is the meaning of life? It doesn't always come during joy. Sometimes it arrives in silence. Sometimes in pain after a loss, a heartbreak, a quiet moment alone on a sleepless night. You feel the weight of your existence pressing down on you, not as a burden, but as a mystery too vast to ignore. Is it happiness? Is it purpose? Is it love? Or is it something so simple, so raw, that we miss it while chasing something grander? We're told to find meaning in careers, in marriage, in children, in success. But then why do some people who have it all still feel so profoundly empty? Why do others, with so little, seem full of peace? In this video, we won't give you shallow answers. We're not here for cliches. We're here to explore through story, reflection, philosophy, and the wisdom of books that have searched for this same truth. We'll walk with Viktor Frankl, who found purpose in a concentration camp. We'll sit with Albert Camus, who believed life's meaning lies in rebellion. And we'll listen to Rumi, who saw the divine in longing itself. So take a deep breath. Let's dive into the depths of this age-old question, not to find the answer, but to learn how to live the question itself. Meaning doesn't arrive like a sudden lightning bolt. It unfolds slowly, quietly, like fog lifting at dawn. It usually begins with a disruption, a heartbreak, a loss, a betrayal, a dream that didn't go the way we planned. And suddenly, we're no longer living on autopilot. We're awake, but we're disoriented. The maps we were given, go to school, get a job, find someone, build a life, start to look suspiciously like routines, not reasons. In this moment, you don't ask what's next. You ask why? Why does this life feel hollow when it's supposed to be full? Why do I feel invisible in a world of constant connection? This is the sacred discomfort, the burning space where growth begins. Not because you have an answer, but because you finally realize that chasing the wrong answers has only made you tired. This is the beginning of the inner revolution, not a war with the world, but a tender confrontation with yourself. From childhood, we were handed a script. We were told that if we followed the rules, got the grades, landed the job, married on time, saved enough, looked good, stayed good, we'd earn meaning like a prize at the end of the race. But what if the race is rigged? What if we were sold a dream meant to keep us moving, producing, consuming, never pausing long enough to ask, is this what I truly want? The truth is, most people aren't living. They're surviving in roles they didn't choose, running from a silence they're terrified to face. We buy things to feel alive. We stay in relationships to avoid being alone. We keep scrolling to avoid stillness because in stillness, the truth speaks. And the truth is this: you were not made to be just productive. You were not made to blend in. You were not made to live by someone else's timeline. You were made to awaken. And that awakening often begins when you reject the lie that life's meaning is found in external validation. There's a silent ache that follows us through the years, not the loud agony of failure, but the soft, persistent hunger to matter, to someone, to something, to feel like your presence here isn't just incidental but intentional. We crave significance not because we are arrogant, but because we are aware that we are temporary, aware that one day this body will fade, this breath will slow, and all that's left will be the ripple we created in someone else's world. So we search, not for fame but for meaningful fingerprints. We want to know that the way we love someone mattered, that our pain wasn't wasted, that our existence wasn't just background noise in a chaotic world. This craving is not weakness, it is divine awareness. It's the soul's reminder that you were meant for something more than survival. For most of our lives, we chase arrival. The day we'll finally feel whole. We think it will come with money, or with love, or with success. But the truth is painful and liberating at once. There is no arrival, because life is not a destination. It's not a mountain you climb and then stand on top of, finally fulfilled. It's an unfolding, a becoming, a sacred dance between joy and sorrow, clarity and confusion. You will never get there because they keep moving like a mirage in the desert. And every time you think you've reached it, life whispers, there's more to uncover. So the meaning of life isn't found in what you achieve. It's found in how you live while you're becoming, in the love you give before you're fully healed, in the risks you take when you're still afraid, in the grace you show to yourself when the world doesn't. The meaning of life is not a place, it's a presence. There is a strange and spoken truth about pain, that it teaches us more about life than comfort ever could. Suffering is a mirror. It strips away the illusions we carefully build around our lives. It pulls back the curtain and reveals who we truly are when the applause stops, when the lights go out, when no one's watching. It is in our moments of heartbreak, of failure, of being utterly undone, that we meet ourselves most honestly. You don't learn who you are by being celebrated. You learn who you are by being shattered and realizing you can still breathe, still hope, still love. Pain, when embraced, doesn't just wound, it awakens. It asks, can you still believe when the world gives you no reason to? Can you still be kind when bitterness is easier? Can you still walk forward even if you walk alone? The ones who carry meaning in their souls are the ones who've suffered with open hearts and walked through darkness without letting it swallow their light. We live in a world obsessed with flawless images, filtered smiles, curated lives, endless comparisons. But perfection is a prison, a mask we wear that hides the most beautiful part of us, our humanness. The truth is, your cracks are not flaws. They are the entry points for light. You were never meant to be perfect. You were meant to be real. To feel deeply, to make mistakes, learn, forgive, and begin again. We waste so much time trying to be enough for people who don't even know how to love themselves. We chase approval like air, forgetting that no one else's validation can substitute for inner peace. What makes you meaningful is not your perfection. It's your perseverance. It's the way you show up when it's hard. It's the way you keep loving with a heart that's been bruised but still beats strong. Let the world see your scars. They are proof that you were broken and chose to live anyway. Most of us are haunted by two ghosts, the past we couldn't change and the future we can't control. We replay moments, rewrite conversations, rehearse tragedies that haven't even happened yet. Meanwhile, the present moment, the only place we're truly alive, slips through our fingers like water. But here's the secret. Life doesn't wait for you to be ready. It's happening right now, in your heartbeat, in the quiet rustle of leaves outside your window, in the eyes of the stranger you smiled at this morning, in the breath you just took without realizing it. The meaning of life isn't hidden in the grand milestones. It's folded into the ordinary. It's in the warm cup of coffee you held when your hands were trembling. It's in the friend who stayed when you had nothing to offer. It's in the song that reminded you you're still here. We chase life as if it's somewhere else, but it's whispering to us now, asking, can you just be here with me for a moment? There's something profoundly human about the desire to be seen, not for what we do or how we look, but for who we are when the mask slips. Every soul is a universe, a constellation of memories, scars, hopes, fears, laughter, and losses. And yet, how rarely do we truly see each other? We scroll through lives without touching hearts. We talk without listening. We respond without feeling. But in those rare moments when someone looks at you and really sees you, you remember what life is about. We are not meant to go through this life alone. Our wounds heal faster in the presence of compassion. Our joy multiplies when it's shared. Love, friendship, kindness, they are not just feelings. They are the very fabric of life. To connect is to be alive. To love, even if it ends, is to say, I lived fully. So dare to open your heart, even if it trembles. Dare to ask someone how they really are and wait for the truth. Dare to be vulnerable, because that's where the magic begins. We spend our lives building walls, making plans, trying to anticipate every twist and turn. We cling to the illusion of control like a safety blanket. believing if we just try hard enough, plan long enough, worrying deep enough, we can keep the chaos out. But life has never played by our rules. It arrives unannounced, it shatters comfort zones, flips timelines, and reminds us, you were never in control to begin with. This isn't cruelty, it's grace in disguise. Because control is heavy, it makes us rigid, it keeps us afraid of change. But surrender is freedom. To let go doesn't mean to give up. It means to trust that even when the path vanishes beneath your feet, you will not fall forever. You will learn to fly. You will learn to walk again, barefoot on the unknown. The meaning of life isn't in holding everything together. It's in learning how to breathe when things fall apart, and still believing something beautiful can grow from the ruins. We live as if life is endless, as if we have time to postpone love, delay apologies, bury our dreams in tomorrow's promises. But the truth is this: you will not live forever. And the question life quietly asks is not, what did you earn? Or, what did you own? But rather, how did you love? Whom did you heal? What did you leave behind when your name was no longer spoken? Legacy isn't carved in stone or written in books. It's etched in the souls you've touched. It's in the child you encouraged, the friend you forgave, the stranger you helped without expecting anything in return. The meaning of life isn't about being remembered by millions. It's about leaving behind something sacred in even one person's heart. So love loudly, forgive quickly, laugh deeply, be the kind of human whose absence would be felt because your presence was a gift. Life is not a formula to be solved. It's a riddle to be lived. And no matter how many books you read or philosophies you study, it will always return you to one truth. You are the only person who can live your life. In Man's Search for Meaning, Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor, reminds us that even in the darkest conditions, we can choose our response. And in that choice, we find meaning. It's not what happens to us that defines us, but how we carry what happens. From The Untethered Soul by Michael A. Singer, we learn that peace is not found by controlling life, but by surrendering to it, by letting go of the stories we've clung to, the identities we've built around pain, and the fears we've mistaken for truth. And in The Art of Happiness by the Dalai Lama, we're shown that purpose isn't something you discover far away. It's something you nurture, in compassion, in gratitude, in presence. So, here's my advice to you. Live like your life means something, because it does, not just to you, but to the stranger who sees your smile, to the loved one who counts on your voice, to the future that is waiting to be shaped by your courage. You don't have to have all the answers, but don't wait to start asking the right questions. What sets your soul on fire? What kind of legacy are you writing in this very breath? If this message stirred something within you, pause. Don't scroll past this moment. Like this video if you felt even a glimpse of clarity. Share it with someone who might be searching, just like you. And subscribe to Innerverse, where we don't just ask life's big questions, we walk through them together. Because you deserve a life that's not just lived, but deeply, fully felt.